Hey guys, so I just got back from going to Bunny's meet and greet, and Bunny is Graveyard Girls, and it's GRAV3YARDGIRL. And but yeah, this is just a few things that happened to me and my experience throughout the whole meet and greet. Rule number 1, you want to wear comfortable shoes when you go to a meet and greet, because you cannot wear like shoes that you find at your house for like the first time ever like I did, because then you'll end up with scarred ankles. I don't know if it's this one, but I basically had blood on the back of my shoes because they were so uncomfortable, and you know how you have to like break them, and you have to break these bad boys, and so that was just not a good thing. Like, you know, when you see like fans chase after Justin Bieber, this was like worse than Justin Bieber. Like, it's just so insane. I got up to go see Bunny at 8 o'clock, and then I took my time, whatever, getting ready, and then I got there at the place around 12:14 or something. And when we got there, the line was like so long, like it went all around the block. So my friend and I were like, oh, let's just go to McDonald's and then see what happens. So we went to McDonald's and we got food, sat down and ate. When we come back out, we were like, okay, let's give this line a chance and see if we can get to the front. We get on the line. We're on the line from 12:41 to 6 o'clock, and we did not see her at all. We stood on that line. We even sat down because we could not stand anymore because our feet were killing us. We got, and right when we were just about to go inside, like we didn't even feel the AC of it, we were just about to go inside, the guy comes out and says at 6 o'clock she's not seeing anyone, that's it, go home. So we were like, oh my god. Like, I was just so upset because like if we were there for 6 hours on that line and we did not see her. So I was upset about that, but at the same time, you know, there were people there from like 7 in the morning. So now I know that when I go to meet and greets, you have to be there early. That's another tip that I'm giving you guys. You have to be there early, because if you're not, then you're not going to see anyone. And this was my first meet and greet ever, so I didn't know what to expect. So yeah, and then what else happened? Then her father came out. Yes, I met Bunny's father. So that was like the closest thing that I got to Bunny. I met her dad, and her dad came out and he was like, you know, she's really upset that she can't see everyone, you know. And then someone next to me was like, oh, Bunny suffers from anxiety, and like she really wants to come out and see everyone, but her anxiety is kind of like telling her she can't go out. Like, when you have anxiety, like even going out and seeing that many people want to see you freaks you out. So I understood that. So we just wanted her to come out, like just walk out. You didn't have to say nothing, just walk out. We made like pass for her. Security was like all crazy, pushing us from side to side, and she didn't come out from that exit where we were at. We were at the front of the Tarte store. She did not come out from that exit. So she came out from the back exit, and my friend and I crossed the street because we were like, oh, she's gone. First, one of her friends, I don't know what his name was, he had like on a blue shirt, and he was like, oh, Bunny's gone, she's not here. But then people kept coming out that were with her, and were like, oh, she's still here, you know, she's still signing autographs upstairs, she didn't leave. So that kind of gave us like hope. So we sat there waiting and waiting and waiting, and then after a while, when her dad came out, her dad was like, she's not coming out, she's crying, she's very upset that she can't see everyone, yada yada. Her dad was a lovely man. So then we crossed the street because we're like, oh, okay, so now her friend came out and lied basically. Now her dad's coming out and saying that she's not coming out. Okay, so we gave up. So then we crossed the street to go to a payphone because she had to call her boyfriend. And right when we were crossing the street, Bunny was coming out. Bunny came out of the Tarte store's back door, and Bunny was inside like this van, and then we knew it was her because people were waving at the car. So I was like, why are they waving? She's like, oh, Bunny's in there. So I'm like, so I ran and crossed the street, and then like everyone's like here, and I'm like here like bye 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 bye, and I was just so upset because I really wanted to meet her, but at the same time, you know, I understood. I really felt bad for this little girl. Oh my god, this little girl almost got trampled. Like, you know how when you hear like on the news where people get trampled on Black Friday, they get like stepped on, like this seriously was gonna happen to like this little 8-year-old girl. Like, it was her dad like on a wall, and then she was in front of her dad, and then Bunny's dad came out and was like beside him, and Bunny's dad gave the little girl a little Tarte card, and it had like Bunny's signature, and it was like saying that she was gonna be there and stuff. So he gave her that paper, and then somebody in the back was like, oh, can I get one? And then, you know, everyone else was like, can I get one? 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 And then it just like they just started pushing me on top of the little girl, and like everyone's just pushing and pushing and pushing, and this little girl, and she's like about to suffocate. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't see Bunny, but I wanted to knock somebody out. So I turned around and I started pushing and like swinging at people like to back up because they were gonna kill this little girl. And oh my, it was just so sad. And then her dad also, he was like really strong, like army strong, was like pushing people back as well because. And then the little girl, I felt so bad because then after like everything happened, she like fell into like a fetal position, like she started crying. That's like really scary for a little 8-year-old girl to get trampled on by all these other girls on top of behind her over Bunny. Like Bunny, that's crazy. Like I felt so bad for that little girl. I was like backing up, like I was trying my hardest not to like suffocate her because I didn't want her to get hurt, but she was like, people behind me were just like pushing me on top of her, and I'm like, calm down, calm down. I'm like, back up. Like there's a little girl in front of me. Like, oh my god, I felt so bad. It was just so bad. Like, oh my god. Like, and then on top of that, people were like skipping or trying to skip, and I was like, I'm not having that. I've been standing on this line for 6 hours now, and you want to come and skip? That's not gonna happen. So yeah, and then oh my god, I got so mad because I didn't take my recording camera because it was too heavy. So I took my, you know, my little Nikon or whatever, and it's still powered by like actual batteries, and the batteries died right when Bunny was coming up, like right when Bunny was like, because Bunny came out like on the balcony of the Tart building. She went upstairs and she was like waving to everyone from the balcony, and right there my camera just died. It was done. My iPhone was done. Like it was just the worst experience ever. But overall, I got to see Bunny face to face. Like I didn't see her. It was me, and then the car was like probably where this camera is at right now, and she didn't roll down the windshield or anything because I understand when there's that many people and you're crying, like you're actually crying, you do not want to see anyone to see you like that. So I understood as well. Also, Bunny did rent the space for 6 hours, so she couldn't stay there longer because then that just wouldn't work out. So, and plus she didn't pay to stay longer. So, and I also heard from a friend, well, the friend that I was with, she told me that Bunny was going to a concert afterwards. So imagine you're trying to leave your place to go get ready for your concert, but you're supposed to leave at 6, and right now it is 8:12. You're supposed to leave at 6, but you're stuck there another hour because, you know, your fans won't let you leave. Like that's just so upsetting. Like, and I felt so bad because once she had anxiety and she was crying and she was like, she couldn't see everyone. Like I felt really bad, and the security wouldn't even let her out because they thought that they were gonna do something. And I understand, like I personally wouldn't, like, you know, come up to her and be like, Bunny, and like squeeze her or anything, but you don't know other people, you don't know what can happen, you don't know if these people, these fans will love her so much that they'll probably cause harm without even meaning to. So it was just so, I felt, my heart goes out to her because I kind of felt scared for her at the same time as well. After a while, the people there, oh my gosh, like the girls, there was not like one guy. If there was one guy, it was like the father. But like the people there, after a while, like when the security guard was like, oh, back up, she's not going anywhere, she's not coming out, she already left, blah blah blah, when she hadn't left anyways, but they were just trying to convince people to think that she left. But they were like, move up, move back, you gotta make space for people to come out, in and out. And I lost my train of thought. Oh, and then the little girl was like, some girl in the back, they were being like really disrespectful to these security guards. Like, these security guards are trying to protect Bunny, like, and they're trying to do their job. You would kind of have some common sense and say, okay, so they're telling me to back up, I'll back up. Like, but yeah, the security guards like, back up, and then the girls in the back were yelling. They were like, oh, you don't even have a badge, you can't tell me what to do. And I'm just like, you're mad at the security guard for doing his job? Like, I don't understand. Like, it was just oh my gosh, today was just like the worst day ever for me. Like, it was just so bad. Like, now I know what to expect when I go to meet and greets. I'll get there, you know, at 7 o'clock. If it starts at like 10, I'll be there at 7 o'clock just to be able to go inside. I'll wear, you know, comfortable shoes. That's about it. Yeah, I'll just wear comfortable shoes, get there early. Oh, and also bring like 16 packs of batteries and charge my iPhone, and then bring my iPhone charging case because on that line it got like extremely boring. So yeah, that was just my experience with Bunny. I hope Bunny does have a good time at the concert that she was going to. They didn't say what concert she was going to, but yeah, she was a pretty, everyone that came out was like, oh my god, she's so nice. And you can tell that Bunny really cares about her fans, because no meet and greet that I've heard people go to meet and greets, but I've heard like everyone being seen. Like it didn't take 6 hours for you to go in, you know. So I feel like Bunny gave everyone, you know, a certain amount of time, and she sat there like listening to these fans, and sat there and, you know, signed these things, signed these makeup palettes and stuff, because it was hosted in Tarte, and Tarte is like a makeup company brand. So people bought makeup, went to her, got it signed, yada yada. It was kind of like a, you know, win-win situation. Bunny saw her fans, people bought makeup, yada yada. But yeah, so I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to think about meet and greets anymore. Like, I don't even know if I want to go to another meet and greet. And if I do go, I'm going to be there extremely early. I don't even know. I'm just ranting now because that was just crazy to the max. Like, it was insane. And the fact that, you know, her father had to even come out and be like, oh, you know, Bunny's crying upstairs. She's upset and she can't see everyone. She's upset that she can't see everyone. So yeah, and then they also claim that they excuse me, they also claim that they saw her boyfriend on the balcony as well, waving. I didn't see him because I was too busy looking at the front, but he was waving from the balcony, they said. Yeah, that's just it. I'm gonna go and take my makeup off and take a shower and just relax right now. I did not meet Bunny in like sitting down talking to her, but I met her through her car window, and she seemed humble. She was crying, but she was still humble and nice and looked nice. And I think everyone who came out from like meeting her or whatever was like, Bunny was really nice. And so yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. I'm gonna go take a shower.